exposures are still relatively low. And I think what you're going to see is a continued trend to kind of riskier assets, across Asia and potentially in emerging markets as people stretch for returns while interest rates are still relatively low.
I was just reading some commentary before the show, and one strategist was suggesting, and he's been quite actually bullish on the U.S. market. He's a little concerned potentially about the earnings outlook and the inflation outlook. If you look at the fourth quarter, we'll start getting those results in about a month. The original thought would be about 12.5%. That's down to 10%. How confident are you that the earnings are going to come through, which will be supportive of the U.S. market? So your favorite markets?
I like China and I like Asia as well, broad-based across Asia.
But look what happened in Thailand just this week.
I think what you do is you make selected allocations in terms of where you need to be. I think the sleeping one that people are not really looking at that could potentially be a good return it could be Japan going forward.
Now you are going to be somewhat select, but having said that, your biggest concern in 2007, potential concern?
I think it's going to be an increasingly important information. I think the U.S. has been so aggressive in cutting rates and will continue to do so. I think the data, specifically GDP, recovery data, unemployment across Europe and the UK is going to become increasingly important. And that's what the market's going to look at. So I think you're going to turn from sentiment and market psychology to a little bit more of data, which I think will be encouraging for people because it'll be a little bit more sensible to look at and trade.
Yes, we've concluded that Sirhan not only did not shoot Senator Kennedy, but could not have shot Senator Kennedy. And the reason for that is Sirhan was never in a position where he could shoot Senator Kennedy from behind. And Senator Kennedy was shot 4 times from behind. 3 of the bullets entered his body, and 1 went through his suit coat at the right upper seam. In addition to that, 5 other victims were shot, and no single bullet hit more than 1 person. Therefore, there were 9 bullets into people that had to be accounted for.
There were 2 such instances of those double shots. The third discovery, which was an outgrowth of the first 2, was the discovery of a frequency anomaly that occurred with 5 of the shot sounds. That frequency anomaly was later matched in an independent firearms test on a firing range that duplicated that frequency anomaly with 1 of the 2 weapons, that frequency anomaly not being present on the Iver Johnson Cadet 55, but being present on the H&R 922, which has the same rifling characteristics as the Iver Johnson.